people cannot be all and always well informed. The part which is wrong will be discontented in proportion to the importance of the facts they misconceive. If they remain quiet under such misconceptions, it is a lethargy, the forerunner of death to the public liberty. We have had 13 states, independent 11 years. There has been one rebellion. That comes to one rebellion in a century and a half for each state. What country before ever existed a century and a half without a rebellion? And what country can preserve its liberties if their rulers are not warned from time to time that their people preserve the spirit of resistance? Let them take arms. The remedy is to set them right as to facts, pardon and pacify them. What signify a few lives lost in a century or two? The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. It is its natural manure. That was from Thomas Jefferson. That was sent to William Smith.
Kind of hard to poke holes in any of that.
So, by me telling you that, what do you get from that? What is that implying?
To me, what that sounds like is don't believe everything you hear. If you want to know something, learn it on your own. And sometimes absolute power absolutely corrupts. And the only way to deal with absolute power is you got to take them down a peg or two.
Mm-hmm.
You know, keep them in check.
Yeah.
Which is why that Second Amendment is so important.
Yeah. So I'd like to dabble in, I know me and you've had quite an in-depth conversation earlier today, which I would like to put on record. I do feel that with this whole Charlie Kirk thing, as horrible as it is, I think there should be some things that we need to dismantle that are on both sides of the aisle, per se. Because I think with something as drastic as this, I do feel like it is a turning point in a lot of different things in a lot of ways. And there are some things that I've seen arising on both sides that is also hypocritical and contradictory from both sides. And I like to just address those things, such as the freedom of speech. I think a big thing is, for some reason, it's mainly with, all the people that I've known that are more, I guess you could say, like right leaning, are like they don't care about what your views are, as long as you have them and you don't try to forcibly change anybody else's views through violence. And for the left, for what I've seen, it has been more of you need to affirm me than anything. And ever since the Charlie Kirk incident, I have seen kind of a flip-flop. Like the left is using the right, calling the rights hypocrites. Oh, I thought you were advocates for free speech. I thought you weren't violent. And I would like to address the Second Amendment as well, because I think people are using this incident as a means for more gun control. And I think it's way more than that. I don't think it has anything to do with gun control.
I think it's just being used as a deflection.
It is. And I think a lot of this is, I think the whole thing, everybody's just pointing fingers and nobody's wanting to take accountability for anything. And I would like to dismantle a couple of things. There was this incident. All right, I'll use this as an example. There was this incident right after the Charlie Kirk incident. There's two incidents that I'll bring up, but one more significant than the other. The first one I'll say is less significant. Is there was a vigil. I think it was in the same city. There was a vigil, a Charlie Kirk vigil, up on at one of these Capitol Hills. and I think it was right in the same town. And somebody came through and wanted to praise the death of Charlie Kirk around hundreds of people that are surrounding this vigil, and they beat the shit out of him. And the second one for me is the most important. And there was this guy that was sitting in like this town square area. There was a fountain, and he was sitting in front of it with this table that said something about Charlie Kirk and that he's happy that he's dead or whatever. And
like his own prove me wrong thing.
Yeah. Like it literally looked like that, like early Steven Crowder prove me wrong setup. They threw his shit in the fountain. And I would like to address those two things. One could argue he got what he got. He deserved it. You know, he fucked around and then he found out. Charlie Kirk, I think we can agree, was the epitome of civil dispute.
Minus
Civil discourse, right?
Minus Rush.
Minus Rush, yeah. Was the epitome. In fact, he so much so, more than Rush, he went to these people and challenged them directly and gave them a microphone. And so what I feel like the issue is that these people that are on the right, that are destroying this dude's shit, beating up the dude at the vigil, nobody, like, it's kind of expected, right? Nobody is really going to blame them, especially the ones that are emotionally distraught about the death of Charlie Kirk. But they immediately started pointing fingers that I thought you guys were advocates of freedom of speech. What happened to the First Amendment? You know, what about freedom of expression?
It's weird how they argue for that now. But.
They argue for that now. And I think the audacity to sit there and argue about that when you just shot a person for...
just deflection.
Yeah.
Just deflection.
But the thing is that I will give them the benefit of the doubt in that regard because they are exercising their First Amendment right. You know, they are doing it. The people that threw his table in the fountain, the people that beat the shit out of that dude, it's not necessary because Charlie Kirk wouldn't have done that.
No, not even a chance.
Not even a chance. And so I think if everybody's out here saying that I'm Charlie Kirk, you need to actually be Charlie Kirk because Charlie Kirk would not stoop down to that level.
I think you resort to violence when you are no longer able to articulate your thoughts.
Yeah.
That being said, though, I will say that for years, people on the left, I think, has had this little thing in their basket, knowing that people on the right probably weren't going to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And just because somebody doesn't want to beat the shit out of you doesn't mean that they can't. And I think for a long time, people have just kind of I'm not wasting my time with this. I'm not wasting my time. And and I think people took that as a weakness instead of like understanding people's discipline. Because there's a difference.
Oh, you're saying like they mistook their kindness as weakness.
Yeah, and realistically, as these people, I think they just eventually have gotten to themselves where they've backed a dog into a corner far enough that there's only one way to go. But one thing I don't think you're going to solve anything by doing. A good example, the left hasn't won shit, and they've been using violence. So why do you think you're going to make it work? Because anybody watching from a distance, you both look like fucking idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, one, I can understand people's frustration, but I'm pretty sure people on the left, they have their reasons for being the way they are too. You know, it might not make sense to me, but it might make sense to them. I don't think you're going to win anything like that. I think Charlie Kirk did more than a lot of people has ever done, but it was a slow burn. I think people want things to instantly change. And you'll get it through violence. It just it's gonna change. It's not the way you want it. But Charlie Kirk, a slow burn is permanent, man. It's like, you probably wouldn't have seen the results of Charlie Kirk's work for another 10, 15 years or so, but it would have been rooted. And I think if there was like bigger parties at bay that killed Charlie Kirk, that would be why I would do it. Is because once you start that, I think he was essentially changing the dynamics of a future generation, and generations last 20 years minimum. You know what I mean? So it's, I think if you want to avenge his death, or so to speak, I think the way you do it is by doing the way he did it. Yeah. I think he did it the way you're supposed to do it. It's a slow burn, and people don't realize Charlie Kirk's been doing this for a decade now.
Yeah.
You know, he might be recently, he's what they call an overnight 20-year success. You know?
Yeah.
That dude, he's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
And I would say maybe in the last 2 years, he's probably had his most prominence. But that's just because you finally started seeing the hard work pay dividends, you know? And I think if he would have kept doing what he was doing, it would have changed the generation. I don't think he changed anything. I want to say that. I think that more and more people that went to his little rallies, or whatever you want to call them, I don't think Charlie Kirk made them people. I think Charlie Kirk just let them know that it's okay to be like you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if you were to see a Comic-Con event, these people probably wouldn't go out every day dressed like that, but here you're welcome. You know, there's no reason to fear anybody. And I don't think a lot of people share, especially young people, I don't think young people share a lot of these left-leaning ideas. But being scared to be canceled, being scared to be ostracized, being scared of being kicked out of school, or bad grades, or no friends, or whatever, I think they just keep their opinions to themselves. And so each one of these little rallies that he would have, more and more people would show up, basically validating, hey, it's okay. You're not weird because you think this way.
Yeah.
These people just want you to feel that way. But I don't even think left-leaning people are weird. It's just not, they just do and say some shit I probably don't do. But it doesn't make them weird. It just, they just do a lot of shit I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I do some shit they don't do. You know, so it's just preferences.
Yeah.
You're not a weirdo because you dress like a woman. It's just what you like to think. The only thing I think's weird about it is when you demand everybody else to think whatever.
Yeah. And there's another point that I would like to make to it is, as big of a free speech advocate as Charlie Kirk was, as a lot of people are that watch him, that rely on his articulation. And it's the glorification of Charlie Kirk's death that they have an issue with them glorifying it. Like saying that they can't say certain things about Charlie Kirk. Say, like, it's fucked up to say that. You shouldn't say this. Blah, 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 blah. Which, as much as I'd say that it's wrong, but saying that somebody can't say something is the very thing that goes against Charlie Kirk's ideology.
Yeah, if you want somebody to stop saying it, just walk away, and eventually he'll find that he's just saying this shit to himself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
like that dude that they threw his fucking table in the fountain. He's going home by himself. You know, there's no reason to do anything to him because he literally nobody's listening to him anyways. You know, it's all clout.
Yeah, it's just to brag about.
Yeah,
you're gonna go brag to some weirdos that you insulted some dead guy's family or whatever the fuck you're doing this for.
Yeah, all it is just twisting the knife. In this case, the bullet. You know.
If that's just your jazz, and just go do your jazz. You can live and die miserable. I don't care.
Yeah. But that's why I think they, as much as I disagree with them setting up that table and going out and, you know, making fun of his death, it's their fucking right.
Yeah,
I
man.
just have to say it. It's their right. They should be allowed to do that. As much as I disagree with it, as because I am such a absolutist about the freedom of speech, and so are you. That and you've articulated this a bunch of times. Is that if I want to be able to say whatever the hell it is that I want to say, I should be willing to accept you being able to say whatever it is that you want to say.
Dude,
I have to be
yeah.
willing to allow you to speak your mind if I want to speak mine. It is no
Yeah.
rules for thee, not for me.
I
And
don't even think your morals should play a part in it. It's absolute. Free speech is absolute.
mhm.
And
I will
it's not even an agreement. This is finite. This is just the way it is.
I will say there, of course, there comes a level of decorum where you, I mean, no, if you're having an event, and you got somebody being belligerent and yelling over people and disrupting everybody, I mean that goes into something else. Private property, you trespass them or whatever, get them the hell out of here. That in itself, one could argue that, oh well, you just infringe on his right to speak. It's like, no, we just kicked him out. We just trespassed him.
Yeah,
You can go back and forth all day on that kind of shit, but
that just comes where you got to be a dude and say, all right, I don't like this guy, but I respect everybody else in this crowd enough to. It's like the people with the bullhorns and shit that yell at some of these things. It's like,
yeah,
the only thing you're doing is making it hard for everybody that's just trying to listen.
yeah,
And I'll be another thing that bothers me. I don't. Maybe I shouldn't say. I don't think Charlie Kirk is changing anybody's mind. I think
maybe not on a grand scale.
No. When I say it's like, say if a guy comes up and tries to debate Charlie's not going to change this guy's mind 9 times out of 10. It's
Yeah.
realistically for the audience to sit and observe the two opposing sides, because you are not emotionally involved and you can just hear the words for what they are.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think about it, it wasn't Charlie that changed the mind. It was just Charlie and this other guy that created this conversation for you to analyze.
Right.
So you, when given all of the facts, were able to make your own mind up.
Yeah.
He just created the tent and the platform and a place to come and have a civil discourse.
No.
But he basically just gave you the environment for you to enlighten yourself.
Yeah.
So you were never going to anybody that gets up there and debates him. There might be one here and there that's like, man, I've never thought about that. But it's realistically for the spectators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it'll be anecdotal with the ones that are speaking.
Yeah, it's anecdotal.
I've seen it. He's got thousands of hours of people on the mic, and I guarantee you can have countless examples where they're like, I can see what you're saying there. But I guarantee you there's way more countless examples of them scoffing and walking away, because they don't know how to listen.
I can tell you one thing I've learned just watching people in my life. It's like the woman that gets in somebody's face and it's so that you do hit them, And the last thing you want to do is do that, because don't get me wrong, they thoroughly need to get punched in the face. But it's just not from you. Just let society see the belligerent fuck. That what you're doing is you're placating. They're already setting you up for your contradiction. They put the table up so that you don't let them speak. And the whole reason they did that was for them to tell you, oh, I thought you were about freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm.
You bought it hook, line, and sinker. Just keep your hands to yourself, walk away, keep walking. Now, one thing I will say, though, is I think that the minute because I see videos all the time of somebody grabbing people's cameras, grabbing their phones, grabbing their microphones, spitting on them.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you that shit probably needs to stop. I can tell you if somebody grabs my shit or spits in my face, I'm going to fuck you up.
Yeah.
And there's not I am not one of those dudes you want to do that to. You might be Charlie Kirk might be a better man than me, but I do think there needs to be an epidemic of punching people in the fuck in the face that spits on people. Mm-hmm. You take my shit, I'm going to fuck you up, man. That's just the way it is. And I think there's a reason why I don't fuck with people's shit, because I don't want to be punched in the fucking face. Because I come from a time that if you fucked around and found out, you had to make sure whatever decision you were making, you're willing to see this all the way through. And I do think that needs to come back to a time.
Yeah.
But I don't think you just need to go throw people's shit in the fucking water.
Yeah,
and
me
all that
and
stuff.
Gavin especially. We've talked about we need to make bullies great again.
Yeah, man, bullies taught you some lessons, man. Are you sure this means that much to you right now?
Yeah.
You know? And I do think people need to start thinking before they do shit. And I can tell you a lot of people spit on people because nobody's ever punched them in the fucking face. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you, I've never spit on anybody because I've been punched in the fucking face. Yeah. It sucks. And I just assume you're going to punch me in the fucking face. You know? Even if it don't hurt, I'm pretty sure it doesn't tickle. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure I'd rather do something else and get punched in the face by you.
Yeah.
So that's something I do think needs to change. But until somebody puts their hands on you, your emotions, your morals doesn't have rights to beat the shit out of people.
Yeah. I mean, what makes you the arbiter?
Exactly, man.
You know, that's the great thing about the freedom of speech is that having it down as a constitutional amendment, that there is not a single person that can tell you what you can and can't say.
Yeah, literally nobody.
Literally
and that whole fire in the theater thing, I'm calling, that's not true.
Yeah.
It's only illegal.
Like yelling fire.
Yeah, and they always say that, well, you can't yell fire. No, you can.
Yeah.
Just make sure there's a fire in there.
Yeah.
You cannot cause panic. You know what I mean? But you can't make a false police report either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're free to say what you want to say, but just don't think that just comes with no consequence.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's there. Freedom of speech is absolute, and the whole First Amendment. I'd like to. This is going to go along with this same conversation, because there's a lot of there's four or five things in the First Amendment: freedom of press, freedom to assemble, freedom of speech, and some other ones, whatever they are. I agree that you need freedom of the press, but I don't think the responsibility is on the press.
That's one argument that I would love to get into.
That's something I think people need to understand.
Yeah, because I think everybody else. So what a lot of people are expecting of others is their own security. People are expecting. I would like to break that down, because what I mean by this, cops are a very good example, and people advocating for gun laws is a good example in correlation with cops. That when cops were created, when the sheriff of the town, they gave up their security.
They gave up their liberty.
They gave up their liberty for a false sense of security.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you actually have neither. In fact, you only have as much security as they're willing to give.
Yeah.
And when you have people that are trying to tell you what you can and can't say, once that is written down on paper, it's like the first gun law. Once you say, oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Once you allow that to creep in under your door, it's like a dripping faucet. Eventually this thing's going to flood, and you're going to have so many restrictions that, you can't walk down the street without breaking a law.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you walked a certain way, we need to book them. You looked at this person as if he's nobody, and they can just interpret however they want in the confines of the law that they created because you allowed it.
I can only think of 2 times in history where a leader conceded power. And that was Marcus Aurelius and
George Washington.
Well, he didn't have any power, so that didn't count. Like he's already got like the power. And the other one was the one that the Magna Carta or whatever.
Well, he was forcibly.
He was forced.
Yeah, he was forced.
It was forced, but it's the only time.
King Henry, I believe.
Yeah.
King Henry the Fourth, I think.
That's the only time I can think of two people conceding power.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah, Marcus Aurelius wanted to give it back to
the Republic.
To the people. Yeah.
And then that dude, well, it was forced, but he did do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's something that I wouldn't put in that. And if you're wanting people to rule over you like that, the only thing you're doing is the only people that's going to do it are the people that are willing to.
Yeah. Well, I don't see how they don't realize they're stabbing themselves in the toe too, because if you are wanting to restrict people's speech or people's guns,
and they just don't think it applies to them.
They just think it doesn't apply to them.
Weird, man.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
So
like
weird.
Where do you think this is going to go? You know, and when you say that you're not supposed to say this, well, there's a lot of ways that you can interpret how somebody says some things, and if they just don't think that it goes to them.
Well, the Charlie Kirk thing's a good example. These people sit up there and yell at him saying you shouldn't be able to say anything you want, and then as soon as they want to say what they want, they set up some stupid table and say all this gnarly shit about Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
And then the minute you fucking call him out on it, oh, I thought you're about free speech. Well, actually, I'm just doing to you what you've been doing to this dude for fucking 8 goddamn years now.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk's probably been spitting the face in. If I was that dude, I could tell you, if anybody spits in my fucking face, dude, it's fucking on, dude.
Yeah.
It is, I'm a germaphobe like fucking crazy. I think everybody has fucking AIDS. And if you spit on my face, I'm going to fucking murder you. Because I don't know what the fuck you got, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I look around. I don't think a lot of people take very good care of themselves, dude.
Yeah, they may put a lot of shit on their face too.
You just put cologne on and just make shit smell better. But I think you got fucking diseases like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't know your name, you've got fucking AIDS. And if you spit on my fucking face, dude, I'm going to fucking kill you. Because you just put AIDS on my face in my mind. So I'm going to fucking murder you like crazy. Just don't put your hands on me and don't fucking spit on me, dude. We're cool. You can say whatever the fuck you want to me. Mm-hmm. Just don't threaten my existence. And if you spit on me, I seriously think you have AIDS. So in my eyes, you are trying to kill me.
Yeah.
Because I don't even think you should have to protect yourself in fear of death. I think you should be able to protect yourself if just your quality of life is being challenged. Mm-hmm. Like if I was to kick you in the fucking knee, dude, I can permanently change your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, dude, I'm not willing to just let some fucking smuck kick me in the fucking knee, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck no, dude. This is going.
Yeah, let him walk straight in prison. Hell no.
No, dude. I'm good, man. I'll ride this thing all the way through. I'm not just gonna let you fucking. Because unlike these fucks, I enjoy my fucking life. And I just like walking down the street, and I don't want to do it with a fucking limp.
Yeah, because if he does that, he'll probably go to jail for a bit for an assault charge, but he'll come out walking straight, and I'll be fucking limp for the rest of my life.
And I can't shoot a 3-pointer anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, fuck that.
I think that shit is for real. I do think the people on the right are probably a little more, I don't want to say peaceful, but a little more apprehensive towards violence. You know, I wouldn't call it peaceful because they aren't exactly Buddhist or anything, you know.
Yeah.
But I think they are more willing to just walk away. But I think I've always raised you guys like I didn't feel like beating you guys was the way to teach you a lesson, because I felt like by me hitting you, I was showing you this is how you deal with somebody that's not doing what the fuck you tell them to do. And you guys grew up like that, and I never thought anything about it. And a buddy of mine says, Corey, it's actually really fucking retarded, and you just got really lucky that you got good kids. Because if you look around, what you're looking at is somebody that's never had repercussions. And I never looked at it like that.
Yeah.
And so a lot of these dudes just walk around spitting on people.
Yeah, they've never actually been, they never had to choose their belt. They never had to go out back and pick a switch.
Yeah, man. I can tell you, dude.
They never had soap put in their mouth. They've never been in timeout.
I've seen a dude get smoked for dudes stepping on his shoes, dude. So when I grew up, you didn't watch where you put your fucking feet, bro. Yeah. So it's I don't see how the life of me how you can spit on somebody and just think that Yeah, and that's how I feel. I just don't understand that because in my world, you spit on me, and it's fucking on, dude. We got fucking problems, dude. I will put my thumbs in your eyes.
Yeah, watch their hair melt into your face.
That is so fucking crazy to even think that that's remote. It's like that with women. Women will say the most craziest shit to a dude that a dude would never say to another dude. Because there's not a fucking chance in hell that a dude is going to say this shit to another guy and just be like, okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Imagine me.
I know a lot of women nowadays are fucking around and finding out.
It needs to be an epidemic of that too. It's like if I was to just smack the Red Bull can out of your hand and it flies over the fucking table, I have to make sure that was a good idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To where a woman will just fucking, and maybe that's what these dudes are, just a bunch of women, dude. They just never had repercussions, man. That's what it is. I think they never pushed that last button.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and which I hope they don't. I hope if they're smart, they would just tone it off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something tells me when I listen to these people on the left, not that I'm on the right either. So nobody get things twisted. I'm a constitutionalist. Yeah. And I don't think a constitutionalist is left or right. Because the same rights that a leftist wants, I want. They're just not willing to give me mine. They just want it. But I'm not a dude on the right either because I don't believe in a lot of their shit either. But
well, I could tell you I'm also a more of a constitutionalist, individualist type of mentality.
I just think you can't go wrong with it.
I think you are responsible for your security.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be giving anybody else responsibility for your security. So there was this conversation I had with this person. I won't say his name, but I think it made a good conversation. And here's an example. All right. Let's say there is somebody who is threatening you or me, whatever. Actually, we'll just use the analogy like this. There is a person, all right, that you know of that knows where you live. All right. Maybe he's a friend, whatever. And he tells you that he is going in the next couple of hours, let's just say 2 hours. In the next 2 hours, he's going to be over at your house with a gun to shoot you. Now, what would you do about it?
Like he's serious?
Mm-hmm. Like he will be there in the next 2 hours. Like you were pretty sure.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be there. Because as much as I'm allowed to protect myself, I don't want to kill anybody. At the same time, I don't think it's illegal. I don't think it should be illegal to threaten somebody either.
Okay. Let's say you called the cops on him. All right. And the cops go over to his house and arrest him for threatening you. Do you think that goes against his constitutional rights?
See, this is why I don't really think, what law has someone broken by threatening me? I don't like to be threatened. I definitely don't want to feel at ease, but I don't know what law he broke.
Yeah.
Because I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's...
So the point I'm trying to make is that by you calling the cops, you have now given your security up to somebody else.
Yeah. I think there's a million ways to talk yourself out of a problem. You know?
Well, so what I'm saying is that I think it's your responsibility.
Yeah, I think
because it is far within his rights to say whatever the hell he wants. It's up to me whether or not I feel threatened or not.
Yeah.
My response to what it is that he says, whether I feel off about it or not, if I feel emotionally triggered from it or not, it should not determine whether or not he can say that or not. Because the moment I feel triggered about the fact that he said that he's going to come to my house and kill me in a couple of hours, the moment I call the cops and this dude gets arrested, that is a direct violation of your constitutional right. Because nothing actually happened.
Yeah, and people can say, well, he would have or could have or whatever. That doesn't... Just because somebody can rob a bank doesn't mean they're going to.
Yeah, I can totally shoot... I have a gun right here. I could totally shoot you in the face.
Yeah.
You could totally shoot me in the face.
The reality is people are threatened on a daily... Charlie Kirk, I'm pretty sure, received threats every day of his life. And probably some of them were serious, but the vast majority of them, It's just people being keyboard warriors or whatever.
Yeah.
But even that, it's not illegal to
Yeah.
threaten somebody.
Yeah.
Not to my knowledge, anyway.
Yeah, but even if it is, I don't think it should be.
Well, I can just say I lie. It's not illegal to lie. Not illegal to lie. You can tell.
I think in some states they actually made it illegal to lie to like cops and shit. But
I mean, I guess. But what are you going to get in trouble for lying to the cops? The crime that you're lying about, or the lie? I take my chances with the lie.
Yeah. False police report, or
I know what I was going to say earlier, just a minute ago. The problem that I think instead of what the left should do, and I had to emphasize that because I'm not on the right either, is to just tone it down. Just stop while you're ahead because you went too far.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it back in, because something tells me these people know what they're trying to say, just lack the ability to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Take 5. Don't tell me what you think. I want you to understand why you think what you think.
Yeah.
And then once you become convinced of why you think what you think, I think you will find you won't care what other people think.
Yeah. Dude, when me and you talked about it earlier, dude, like just imagining that, it was...
You become liberated.
It was so liberating, man.
Yeah.
It is so liberating actually seeing somebody that you completely disagree with telling you their thoughts and you not being emotionally invested in it at all.
Let's just say you are
and it's not that I don't give a fuck about what they think, you know?
Yeah, it's just you just don't agree.
It's
just not what I would do.
Regardless if I agree or not, I'm not emotionally invested into their whatever it is that they're saying, regardless if they agree with me.
If these pronoun people, gender people, your LGBTQ plus whatever people, your transgender people, if they were to go back in time and be honest with themselves, they will find that nobody had a problem with their life choices. It was when they started demanding affirmation from other people is where they met resistance.
Yeah.
And as long as you need affirmation from other people, you will never be happy.
Yeah.
You will always have to seek more affirmation.
Yeah, because not everybody will agree with you. There's not a chance on hell that you can get every single person on this planet to agree with you.
A good example is they don't agree with me.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously.
You know, so it's
yeah.
Know your place like I do. I know that getting a transgender person to agree with my lifestyle is not in the realm of possibilities.
Yeah.
Right? It's just not the way they see their life. And it would be preposterous for me to think the opposite, right? But the minute you are okay with yourself and if you can tell yourself why you would want to be a transgender, why you want to be gay, why you want to be on the left, why you want to be a Democrat, if you can tell yourself why you think that, you will find yourself not caring because you are comfortable with your decision. Yeah. I surf and I can't swim, but I can tell you in so many ways why I surf. I don't need anybody to tell me that I shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Because I am so committed and so convinced of that. There's nobody that's going to sway me from it.
Yeah.
And I don't feel the need to get other people to do it. I'll ask if they want to go surf. They don't want to go surf. More parking for me. Don't give a shit. You know, just stay your happy ass over there. I don't care. Yeah. But I know why I know what I think, and I know why I think what I think.
Yeah.
And there's been quite a few things where I thought a certain way, and when I asked myself, well, why do I feel this way?
Yeah.
There's been a couple of times that I don't know why.
That's one of the things that I've noticed lately is, well, I actually noticed this for a while, but it's absolutely more prevalent now that a lot of these people don't know why they think what they think. Like, for instance, a lot of people has been asked, well, because they just sit there and call Donald Trump a fascist. Yeah, and they would ask him, what is a fascist?
Yeah, you just had a guy kill a dude for speaking, and he had catch this fascist. But that, You just did what a fascist does.
Yeah.
And you don't even know if it makes these people feel any better, that if you really think about what you think, 9 times out of 10, you're probably still going to feel the same way. And it's okay, man. You're not everybody's going to agree with your lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, and it's only when you want them, demand for them to, is when you're met with resistance.
Yeah.
Dude, there's been gay people in this country for fucking millennia, dude.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. People got their own shit going on.
Yeah.
Because you being gay or being straight isn't paying my fucking light bill.
Yeah.
I got bigger shit to do. Man. I don't care about your fucking sexual orientation, just like you don't care about mine. The only time these people have been met with resistance is when they're wanting to force people to affirm their beliefs.
Yeah.
And you will always be left without if you seek affirmation.
Yeah.
You will always run out of people. Because any new person that walks in the door, you want affirmation.
Yeah.
You know, if you move, now this entire city's got to affirm you. It's why?
Yeah, no,
Why?
man. Get in line, dude.
And that's it, man. And you shouldn't have to explain yourself to everybody, but yet you want everyone else to affirm you. And it's just stop. Just stop. It's ridiculous. Just be comfortable in your own skin, and the chips will fall where they fall. Sometimes you are just in the minority of this equation, man. I'm pretty sure I'm in a minority of a lot of equations, but I don't care. That's not why I'm there. I'm here because these are my beliefs.
Yeah.
That's rooted to reason. 9 times out of 10, I'm pretty sure I got some really ridiculous.
Yeah,
beliefs.
such as surfing.
There's no sense in surfing if you can't fucking swim. There's really no sense to be doing.
Yeah, that's very emotional, more.
Yeah, but
feeling,
that's good
based
enough.
on
That's all I
feeling.
need.
Yeah,
that's all I need. I'm good with it.
And it's not infringing on anybody else's life,
No,
liberty, and pursuit of happiness.
Now, if a lifeguard kept having to come out there and save my drowning ass, I'm pretty sure he'd be like, dude,
yeah,
take that shit
might
down
need to
there.
go. But I mean, shit, it is his job though, so you better keep fucking saving.
Yeah. What is it? Job security. Got this guy that comes and drowns every Tuesday.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, it gives me a bonus every week.
I would make that fucker. I would make me like wear like 3 or 4 leashes though. Just call me when it's really important. When all 3 of these go, then all right, I'll totally help you.
Yeah.
But you don't. I wish people would just fucking relax. It's not the end of the fucking world. And something you told me in the mall one day, for anybody watching, we were sitting there at the food court, and you just so happened to have gone to high school where we were eating at this food court.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. How long ago was that?
This is probably a good 5 years ago, probably.
Well, I'm talking about from when we sat there to when I was in high school. That was probably
this is 11 years, 12 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And you saw an emo kid walking in, and you said, if that dude thinks he's edgy, that dude thinks he's like the emo guy.
Yeah.
And he doesn't realize that emo's been around long before he was born and will be here long after he stops being emo. He's just a new character.
Yeah.
But the thing still goes.
Yeah.
You know? So just fucking relax, enjoy your time here, observe the world, learn a few things, and just fucking let it go, man. Because right now, I don't think people realize that. I personally believe right and left, when people are triggering your emotions, I don't think 9 times out of 10 what's triggering the emotion is what's doing it. It's people telling you should be triggered by it. People, like I said with the freedom of the press, it is not the press's responsibility to tell you the truth. It's your responsibility to make sure you're hearing the truth. And as soon as you rely on these people to be honest with you, is when you are gullible to anything that's being said to you.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you
Another
form
example.
ideologies, cults. The left, the right, they're both cults.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They are. They get you
Absolutely.
emotionally triggered. They want you to tribalize. They want you to just be pent up one another. And you stop thinking of merit.
This was created since the first president. I think this has been created. There was, I think the first Democrat was like
Well, even that thing you read at the beginning warned you of it.
Yeah.
The thing that was, read the first part of that again. The very first sentence in that thing was, be weary of these guys, but they're a necessary evil, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, the people cannot be all and always well informed. The part which is wrong will be discontented in proportion to the importance of the facts they misconceive.
That's it, man. Because the days of Walter Cronkite, people say Walter Cronkite was the last dude. That dude had a fucking agenda too, bro.
Yeah.
And the thing is that people need to worry about now is I don't think people think media, they think Fox News. They think fucking CNN. They think, do you think these dudes aren't in any controlling fashion of YouTube, Twitch,
Yeah.
New York Post? All of your media, just assume they're lying and confirm that they're not.
Yeah.
Do yourself a disservice before you start getting hurt for something that's false.
An example that I'll give of this is me and you know a particular somebody, very emotional liberal, that I recently stopped talking to because of how emotional he is.
The man, baby.
Yeah. And somebody that went to a Black Lives Matter event here that took place somewhere in Jacksonville. And when he was telling me the story, and later on, after he told me this, later on, I did some research on it, and he was totally in the wrong in all of this. And I even proved him in the wrong when he was telling me the story. And so, for example, what he told me was that when he showed up there, they were peacefully protesting. This is what he kept saying, that they were peacefully protesting. And for anybody that knows of Black Lives Matter, peacefully protesting, this is take that into account, okay? Yeah. Because they are very much far from actually peacefully protesting.
It's the only peaceful protest where shit gets broke.
So the way that he described it to me, okay, I have first-hand experience in talking with a Black Lives Matter person. And so what he told me was that when he showed up, they were peacefully protesting, right? And that these cops showed up. They just magically showed up to this gathering that they had, which is kind of weird to just be peacefully protesting and then you have a whole police department show up, to watch you.
Yeah.
And with their arrival there, how he described it is that they triggered them to the point where, so they instigated them. They are the ones that made them react to attack, right? This is his interpretation of it. It may not be verbatim.
Yeah.
If he ever watches this,
they started it.
Yeah, that's what. But what they would say is that they made them do it.
Yeah, they triggered a response out of it.
And so this is the ignorant left that when they can cry tantrum, and because of their emotional outbursts, they are the ones that triggered them, and that they need to be the ones to be, how you say, handle with kid gloves.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I told him, he ended up scoffing at this and changed his story. That it sounds to me like it is not their responsibility to make sure that you don't react, right?
Yeah.
It is actually entirely your responsibility to make sure that you don't react to them.
Yeah, I don't even see how you could.
Yeah,
but the same thing could be said about those guys throwing that dude's table there. Mm-hmm. It's like, dude, you could have just walked. I know it's hard to just walk away, but I can tell you, man, just do it.
Yeah,
it's better for everybody, man.
Yeah,
you will you catch more bees with honey.
Yeah.
And more bears with honey, whatever the fuck it is.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of the word that I used. Provoked.
Yeah,
that's the word. Yeah, he allowed himself to be provoked.
It was his fault. He's dirty.
Yeah, and
push my button, man.
Yeah, and it's not the cop's responsibility to handle you with kid gloves to make sure that you don't have a tantrum and throw fucking rocks at them. Yeah. It's not the cop's responsibility. It is your responsibility to make sure that
you're on a yard yelling at the top of your lungs with stupid bullhorns.
Mm-hmm. You can do that. That's legal.
Do it. But you're not owed anything. It's like Charlie Kirk complaining that everybody's yelling at him in the audience. Well, you pulled a chair up here, dude.
Yeah.
But you don't hear Charlie Kirk saying that shit. So I'm not going to let you guys say that shit.
No.
It goes both ways with me, man. I don't care what side I'm on. It has to be consistent. I'm black and white as fuck. And it either is or it isn't. There is no rules for thee, not for me. I'm an absolutist. I'm an absolute free speech person. I don't care what you're fucking saying. I don't care if you're threatening me. But the minute you touch me, you're no longer threatening me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't care if criminals have guns. I am an absolutist. I believe in the Second Amendment thoroughly. The minute you put buts and ands and ifs on a constitutional amendment, you might as well erase the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Because then you have nothing. You have to stand for it, even if sometimes it's not in your best benefit.
Which I don't understand how we've allowed the buts, ands, and ifs for shall not be infringed.
Yeah, it's just because people don't want to accept the reality, man. Your safety is your responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the smallest dude I know. I'm 5'10", and literally all of you guys are over 6 foot. I feel safe no matter where I go, but I also don't depend on you for jack dick. I know that if something gets out of my hands, I'm not completely fucked.
Yeah.
But the responsibility is on me. And I'm not just going to delegate my life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness to some other fuck that may or may not give a fuck if I have it.
Yeah.
It is my responsibility. And when you learn that, because I admit it probably sounds scary to be on your own, but the minute you accept that, you're very liberated.
Very liberated. That I think is the epitome of being a liberal. And to validate that even point more is there is a story. I can't remember. I'm assuming it's Benjamin Franklin, but after they ratified the Constitution, I'll just say one of the founding fathers came out, and there was a citizen, a woman, that asked him, "Well, what have you given us?" And the only thing that came out of his mouth was that we gave you a republic as long as you can keep it.
Yeah, see, this is something that goes into that whole strong men create good times create weak men kind of shit. And I don't think people are willing to admit it, man. I don't know what cycle we're in. I don't know if we're like the strong men and about to go into weak times, or if we're pussy men and about to create shit times. You know, I don't know what cycle we're in, but I definitely know we're at the edge of a cycle.
Yeah, and we're about to have a shift.
And if these dudes on the left were any kind of smart, man, which I think they are, I don't think these guys are dumb as they thought that I was once, but I think they know what they're trying to say. It's just they're letting their emotions get ahead of their brain.
Yeah,
and I think
I do find a big issue with that is that I think that there are a small minority of the left that are speaking for the majority of the left.
But that goes back to my theory is like, I think these are people. I think the right has it too. I think the people like your Fox News shit, I think they try to push people, try to trigger an emotional response out of their little side. I definitely, 99% of your media is left leaning. And leftists or not, I don't care what side of the aisle you're in, you have to be able to at least not acknowledge that.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's in their best interest to tell you the times that they're wrong. I don't think these people think that. I think these people are being pushed and corralled. You know, and I think people are letting you do their dirty work for them. You know, and I just wish people would just put their brains in front of their emotions, because I don't think these people are stupid, man. I really don't. You know, I just think that there are.
I think there's a few that is speaking for most.
Yeah, and those people I don't think are very smart at all. But
yeah, but the issue with it is that you got your Tyler Robinsons that are speaking for the vast majority of.
I think I don't think that though.
Yeah,
it's like that. What's that one guy, Dylan?
So you may not. All right, so you may not think that, but I think just as much as there are extremists on the right, there are extremists on the left, and the right is just going to lump them in with all of it because they don't want anything to do with the left. So they'll take their Tyler Robinsons and implement them to every single type of left that you can think of, and use him as the poster
Was
child of what the left
so
is.
graphic, and the fact that this dude's wife and children was literally sitting there. It was just like, even there was too much for these dudes to be like, that's not cool, dude. That's not cool. There's still fringe ones, man. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's the majority of the left. But I do think that these people on the left need to see that this is what this does, man.
Yeah.
This is one thing I've learned about the left is they talk about free speech, but it's the one thing they don't allow people to have.
Yeah.
They just want to have it. And that's something the left really needs to understand and check.
Yeah, they really need to understand that. Is that if they want it so badly, they have to be willing to let others have it.
That's it, man. Yeah, now I've listened to Charlie Kirk, man. I didn't see anything that he said was just. I haven't seen anything. There's no or else. I've never heard him say or else. Like you believe what I believe or else. I don't see it. I've never heard it. Maybe somebody can point it out to me, but I don't see it. Nobody can even make a law saying you can't say what you want because it's directly affected by the Constitution. You cannot limit somebody's speech. Mm-hmm. So even if Charlie Kirk says, if people say Charlie Kirk's just wanting laws to be produced so that we can't say these things, it's literally impossible. The Constitution is writing. People might try to pick that thing apart and try to ruin it all they want, but you can't do it. Yeah. You can't do it.
The law of the land.
Now, I don't give a fuck what side you are. There's way too many people that's willing to protect that First Amendment that they'll use their Second Amendment to make sure it stays. Mm. You know, there's a reason why I think it's the First Amendment, dude. And it's not the Eighth and Ninth. This is the first thing to check tyrants, you know? Yeah. This is the first defense. And there might be some people on either side that be like, well, you shouldn't be able to yell in a fiery theater, or you shouldn't be hurting people's feelings or whatever. But
yeah, but
if you're dumb enough to believe me that the theater is on fire, it's your fucking fault.
Yeah, it's your responsibility to make sure that this thing isn't fucking on fire.
And if I'm dumb enough to believe that you're trying to take my fucking rights away, then that's my fault too. Mm-hmm. Everybody just back up, chill out. Both sides need to just fucking relax. And if I was the left, if I was a member of the left, I would just fucking stop, because you guys double speak out your fucking ass. You say one thing out of one side of your mouth and another thing out the other. Yeah. And you got to quit doing that. I'm sure the right does it too, but nowhere near as much as the left does. No. I'm sorry, man. Yeah. You can't sit here and
for the little bit that the right does it, I think we need to stop too.
It does, man. One thing I want the fucking right to stop doing is saying, this is one thing that pisses me off about the right, is the misuse of the word conservative. Yeah. And notice I've said left in this entire discussion, not liberal. Yeah. Right? Because a liberal is someone that believes in the rights of the individual. Mm-hmm. All right? That's not a leftist. Yeah. Because a leftist is against speech. Yeah. And that's the one thing you need to have a right as an individual, is the ability to speak. Yeah. Right? So that's rule number one of being able to do what you want to do. Right?
Yeah. Amendment number one. They wrote that literally the first thing first.
And a conservative is somebody that believes in small, limited government. Mm-hmm. All right? That is all a conservative is. It doesn't mean that you're angelical Christian. It doesn't mean that you're pro-life. It doesn't mean you're pro-abortion. It doesn't mean that you can be a conservative and it doesn't matter which side of the aisle you vote on, as long as that person believes in small, limited government. Yeah. You know, and I personally don't see how you can be one without the other.
I actually think there is no conceivable possibility to be one without the other. Because if you want small, limited government,
you have to. Actually, if you want to have
rights, if you want to
the individual,
if you want to have rights of the individual, you have to
restrict the powers.
Yeah, you have to believe in small, limited government.
Because every regulation, every rule you put down is an infringement on someone's life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Mm-hmm. So for every law that's ever wrote is an infringement. People need to understand that. Yeah. The laws against humanity, you don't murder, rape, steal, all that shit. These laws have been wrote in since the 1700s. Mm-hmm. Every single day, you've got a group of fucks that these people want to elect to send to government, send to Washington and fix our country.
Yeah.
Well, what they do every day is you've got roughly 1,000 fucks that sit in a room that you pay for and write down laws and make you a criminal today that you weren't a criminal yesterday.
Yeah.
The reality is we've got enough fucking laws.
Yeah.
We've got enough fucking regulations. We don't need any more.
Yeah.
And these people that we are voting for, they just want you to think that we just need one more law and everything will be fixed. That's the reason I voted for Trump. He was the only person to say, I'm going to get rid of some of these fucking things.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I voted for Trump.
Mm.
And he did it. Now, I don't like all the ones he's adding.
Yeah.
But in his own rules, for every regulation you implement, you got to take 2 away.
Yeah.
So even the dumb ones that he's putting in there, I know that 2 ridiculous ones is coming off the books.
Yeah.
So even that's a fucking start.
Yeah.
But I'm saying people on the far right and people on the left. I'm not talking to the liberals and conservatives. These are the only sane people I see. It's the ones that call themselves a liberal. They're not liberals, man.
Yeah.
You cannot be a liberal by restricting someone's speech.
Yeah.
And you cannot be a conservative while wanting fucking government.
Yeah.
You can't. It's literally contradictive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just fucking calm down. Because you guys are going to, if people don't stop,
That was actually
it's going to come to a point of no return.
when I came to that realization that to have the rights of the individuals, you need to have the belief of the small limited government, is when I officially backed away from right or left.
Yeah.
I said both of these are fucking stupid because you can't have one without the other. And that's why I not immediately, but over time,
Once you strip it away, and
Once
you
I
just
stripped
look
it
at
away
black
and
and white.
yeah. When I started removing all the gray areas, I come to the understanding that I think I'm just a constitutionalist, individualist, as some might say. You know,
People would call us libertarians, but I don't even think a libertarian is that anymore.
well, I found the word that I would call myself. You know,
Constitutionalist.
is an individualist. I would say that I'm a constitutionalist, but an individualist is
It's one in
somebody
itself. Because
Yeah.
the Constitution, what the Constitution does, for anybody that's never really sat and understood it, it's actually it's a very blatant document that
Yeah.
simply just tells the government what it cannot do.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Mhm.
The government can do everything they want. But these things right here, it tells the government what it cannot do.
Yeah.
But it's been attacked from the very day it was written.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that the same people that has been attacking this Constitution since the day it's been written are the same people that's behind getting these people pissed off at these people.
Yeah.
You know? Because if anybody was to ever really sit and be honest, Charlie Kirk never did a fucking thing wrong to you.
Yeah. You might have just hurt your feelings. So fucking what?
Yeah. What's it Ricky Gervais said? It's like me telling you telling me your feelings are hurt. It's like telling me your knee hurts.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do about that?
Yeah.
I can't fix that.
Yeah.
The fuck am I going to do about your fucking hurt knee? It's
Yeah.
irrelevant.
Yeah. So what am I going to do about your feelings?
You're just
being hurt?
bitching out loud.
Yeah. What you're wanting me to do about your hurt feelings is to limit me as an individual.
My feelings are hurt that you're trying to do that.
Yeah, actually.
So
there goes the fucking.
Just quit.
Yeah.
Just fucking stop. Just fucking stop. Your shit stinks just like mine.
Mhm.
You're no more important. And that's something else I don't think people have been taught. It's like you may be very important to your family. You may be queen or king in that little fucking house
But
you got.
you are just another motherfucker.
Yeah, the real world don't give a fuck. You know why? Because the real world has real world shit to fucking deal with.
A lot of people have been growing up thinking that everybody is in their world, and not realizing that it's just everybody in a world.
Yeah, man.
And we are all living here together, and nobody chose it. Nobody chose to be here.
Yeah.
And for you to sit here and tell me what to do, how I should act, what I should carry, what I should say, how I should feel, what I should wear. Who the fuck are you? I ain't telling you that shit.
Yeah.
You are no better than me. You know? I'll sit here and I'll pay respects to the president if he walks in front of me. I'll make sure to, step by out of respects because
I pay him no more
whatever.
respect than I do
But-
at a gas station.
Yeah, exactly. I'll hold the door open for people. I'm not going to step in people's way. I'm not going to skip in front of line.
Well, if he wasn't the president, he would just be a guy at a gas station.
Yeah.
And so that's the way I treat him. Because I don't, in America anyway, your president is your fellow peers.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a reflection of that.
Yeah.
Supposed to be a representative. That's the whole point there.
I just think people just need to fucking relax. Just calm the fuck down. You're not as important as you think you are.
Mm-hmm.
You are a placeholder in this world. And so why don't you just take a step back and enjoy it? And something that I've raised you guys with is, what would you do if you got a once in a lifetime opportunity? And almost everybody I've asked that to, they said I would take it. Good or bad, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, that's what this world is. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
That is such a good way to look at it.
The only way to look at it, because it's so factual, man.
Yeah.
You've got one time on this planet, and something tells me that even if you live to be 80, it's gonna feel like it flew by.
Yeah. As far as we know, it's a
I'm 40.
one in a lifetime opportunity.
5 now, man, and it's like yesterday I was 20. You know? That's what it feels like.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it was just last week when I turned 18.
Life goes by quick, dude. Especially when you enjoy it. So you're here one day, you're here one time, man.
Yeah.
Don't make it harder than it needs to be, man. It's like, man, this world's fucking beautiful. This place is so awesome.
Yeah.
And to sit here and I just couldn't imagine letting a guy or a girl or a tranny or whatever the fuck these people want to call them. I could not imagine like that controlling my headspace.
Yeah. Like a dude at a college with a microphone.
I couldn't
ruining
imagine
your
it.
day
I
like
couldn't
that.
imagine it.
Yeah.
It's like these dudes are living rent free in your head, you know? And it kind of is, if you self reflect a little bit, like say if this dude pisses you off and this is or your way of life, like let's just say you're a tranny and this is all that consumes you. And the way people react or respond to you is all that consumes you. It kind of lets you know just how good you got it.
Yeah.
Because your life is so great.
Yeah.
You can concentrate on one thing. So just
In fact, you get like a whole university where people are just like you there.
and you still fucking bitch, man.
Yeah.
It's like
A dude with a few thousand people come there for one day. One day out of like the 4-year semester that a lot of these people have.
Yeah.
And the one day that they come there is like the bitch moaning complaining day. This is such a big issue that you want to go and stand in line with this dude and tell him to fucking leave.
Something tells me it's just like I've met a lot of, I've never met anybody crazy. I've never met anybody stupid, but I meet people all the time that allow themselves to be.
Yeah.
And just.
You got any examples?
Well, I mean, I'll give you a good example. That dude who shot Charlie Kirk, supposedly, if that's the dude. He's not an idiot.
Man, I don't know, dude. I saw videos of him reading his.
He's not an idiot.
I
He
don't
may
know, man.
lack in some things, but he's
Dude,
not an
it
idiot.
doesn't look like there's a whole lot going behind that dude's eyes, man. Sorry to the parents, but man.
He
shit.
might not have had a realistic. Something Gavin told me one time was that we let you guys feel the weight of the world without holding any of the weight, and that came from both sides. That's me exposing yourself to exposing you guys to the reality of the world, but you also acknowledging that you're not holding all of it.
Yeah.
So it takes both. You know what I mean? This dude, man, he's got a 4.0, got a scholarship. Parents, I'm assuming, loves him. You know, I'm talking about a fucking moron. These people are not morons. They're not stupid. They have lapse of judgment.
Yeah.
And that just means that
They're
something
too
is more
emotionally-
powerful. Yeah.
They're too emotionally invested.
Their emotions are stronger than their intellect at this moment.
Yeah.
So they're not stupid. They just allow themselves to be for
Right.
whatever reason that is.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
You know, because I've never met a dumb fuck.
Yeah.
But I mean, all the time people have lapse of judgment. Same thing here in Florida. I don't know any dumb fucks, but I know people that every time there's every hurricane season, they listen to the same dumb fuck that was wrong last year, convince them to go buy another $4,000 worth of plywood, to go and fill up all their generators, fill up all your cars, and go sit on the highway.
Yeah.
But these people are not dumb.
Yeah.
But they allow themselves to be.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that triggers it, I don't know. I just know that shit don't fucking work on me.
I just know when it comes to the hurricanes, if the Waffle House still open, I know I'll be all right.
It's all right, man. Waffle House got the lowdown on this shit.
Yeah,
dude.
man, they know some shit.
They got their own buoys out there. They're good, man.
Yeah, they got their own Doppler machine.
The barometric pressure is good. We still keep cooking, dog. Keep cooking them waffles.
Get them hash browns out, man. We got to push them hash browns out, cuz.
Now, you see that periodic table go up like that?
Yeah. Yeah, cut this
86 degrees, dog.
86 the house, boy.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Otherwise, put that smoke down, dude. People don't even know.
Yeah.
So that's it, man. I just want people to, and we can save it for another day, but I would love to just give a reckoning on this fucking Second Amendment shit.
Let's go ahead and do it because I think, because this whole Charlie Kirk thing, it involves both of them for me.
I'll be honest with you.
It's more than it, but I think people are wanting to really hyperfixate on these two things, and I think
I haven't seen any hyperfixation on the Second Amendment.
I have. I saw the
I've seen people try to.
I saw AOC. I saw
use it to take the attention off what's really going on here.
Well, I saw a video of AOC, for instance.
Yeah, but nobody listens to that dumb.
I know, but there's a lot of
nobody listens to that dumb cunt.
Yeah, no. All right, comparatively to the amount of people in the United States, yeah, nobody listens to that dumb fuck.
Dude, 1,500 people voted for this bitch. Nobody listens to this bitch.
Yeah, that's fair. But but you got to think you got to think the Mar is in there too. You got to think it's not just her. There's a few other people in there that does have some ground
about them.
And
I don't know. No.
Maybe not have ground, but I will say
they've got power in that little shithole they have.
They're talking about it, and I want to absolutely dismantle that idea.
One thing I would like to say for the record is that I think there's so many people right now creating content about Charlie Kirk and using him for their gain.
Yeah.
And I don't want this to be about Charlie, because my beef isn't with that. Either. It's just, I think I have read so many things blaming colleges, blaming high schools, blaming TikTok, blaming Facebook, and all these people complaining about all these different things. The one thing they're not saying is me.
Yeah.
Because everybody that's sitting here saying it's the fucking schools, it's these Marxist fucks, it's these trans ideology people, they're all the parents of that generation. People can talk shit about you guys' generation all they want, but it was my generation that raised you.
Yeah.
Quit blaming the fucking schools.
Yeah.
Because these kids were fucked up, or at least acceptable to be fucked up by the age of 23.
Yeah.
You had him for 23 years, and you want to blame the fuck that taught him on his second year of college?
Yeah.
You think that little fuck how about this? You had so little influence in your children's life that it only took a professor of 6 months to change him.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Stop blaming these fucking colleges.
Yeah.
Stop blaming the schools. Stop blaming fucking TikTok.
Yep.
Charlie start being like Charlie.
Yeah,
Kirk.
Charlie was such a big advocate for making sure that there was fathers in the home,
and homeschooling.
He was an advocate for homeschooling.
Oh yeah.
I know he was big anti-college, but which is why he went to colleges.
He's all about homeschooling.
And so when it comes to him, so if you have this idea that you want America to be like. and you can see it in the youth, and you know that it's the fatherless homes and this lack of proper parenting, what would be the earliest stages that you would go to try to
Birth.
determine that?
Birth, dude. And I'll
No,
tell you
I'm
what.
talking about for somebody like Charlie Kirk that wants to display a message.
So this is where we were talking earlier. I don't know.
Yeah.
The problem that I see is not schools. By the time schools have made their impression and the society around them has made the impression on your children, it's already too late. You already have no influence here. When when the society around your children has more influence.
If you do, it's probably very minute.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. People can navigate you in certain directions, but your core principles, your foundation, that core little fucking spear.
The school's already got it. School's already built their foundation.
If you create a moral foundation of whatever it is, if it's religious or if it's like when you guys growing up, it's fucking grit, dude. You want something, get after it. You want nobody's gonna just show you. You aren't just gonna pay somebody and just surf. There's only one way to learn how to surf, and that's through hard fucking work.
Yeah.
And go through at it with anything that you've ever learned. But I didn't tell you to go do that. I did it with you.
Right.
Because I wanted to learn the shit.
Yeah, you're talking about parents' involvement in with their
Don't
kids.
tell them what to do.
Yeah.
Do it. Your kids are not stupid. They will see you doing.
Yeah.
They will see that dad is an idiot and he's learning how to do this. If this dumb fuck can do it, so can I.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And in fact, it even hits them even stronger when you already know how to do it. And
now you got to take notes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, oh man, this motherfucker, he's
There's a way
probably
to do
onto
it.
something. Yeah.
People get lost in their routines. Go to work at 8, get home at 6, fucking get dinner made by 7, make sure Tammy's got his homework done, and rinse and repeat every fucking day.
Yeah.
And the society around your children will end up influencing your children more than you. You have to be that pillar.
Right.
And that will teach your children how to have a pillar. That's your identity. If school is your identity, you don't have one.
Yeah.
If the people you surround yourself is your identity, you don't have one. Now you are forced and malleable to whatever that society deems you are. To where if you are your own person, your own individual, your own identity, you can observe others. You can enjoy other people's identities.
Yeah.
You can witness it. But if you don't have these things, you're just trying to go where you fit.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to be cool. Everybody wants to be accepted. Everybody wants to be loved. And I think parents get so lost in I'm going to go and provide for my family, get a nice house over their fucking head and blah, blah, blah. And I don't think they realize it don't mean shit. It really doesn't. The reality is you want to do that because you think that is what it's needed.
Yeah.
You want it to look like you have everything figured out.
Yeah.
But the reality is you ain't got shit figured out. And there's like this legitimate fear that I have. Like, I've talked to you about it. It's like people, they sit there and have kids, right? And they'll say, all right, I'm going to put all the things that I love aside. I'm going to raise my family, provide a nice home, a nice stable environment. And when they leave school, when they graduate and go off to college, I'll get back to my life and start doing it again. The reality is life sucks. And when you're trying to exploit things to this best of its ability, there's a lot of failure. The concrete gets a little harder. It hurts a little more. It's a little harder to swim. You lose that fire, you know? And the reality is just don't ever do it. Just have that same intensity. Just do it with your children. Because otherwise you're just some fat, lazy fuck telling your kid about how you used to do it when you were little.
Yeah, yeah.
Why don't you be a fat fuck now and still do it?
Yeah.
You know? Because the only thing you're doing is just teaching your kids to have fun when you're little.
I just realized, what do you think if it's like the parents would be like, oh, you, like they'd lock the door, they'd make sure that you couldn't come in, and the door is unlocked when the street lights come on, you know? And they just told them to go fuck off for the rest of the day.
I think you're rolling. So I see memes like this, like back when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And all.
This was that what you just talking about. Made me think.
That's like Russian roulette, dude.
Yeah.
It's like you could get a good one.
Yeah. Or they might find the crowd like, hey, man, try this, man.
I'll
this
give
is
you
cool.
a good example, dude. Everybody I grew up with, exactly where they were. Not one dude made it.
Yeah.
It was like they're all still there, if they're
Yeah.
alive still.
Yeah.
I know one dude lives in a fucking hotel. And he's like my age. He's living. He called it the West Wing. It's like, dude, it's a hotel, bro.
Yeah.
You live in a hotel, bro. You
Oh
get
my
dinner at a
God.
gas station
Yeah.
across the street, dude.
Yeah.
No.
So what was the point that you were wanting to address about
Quit blaming people.
the Second Amendment?
Oh, the Second Amendment, man. It's when people understand what is. It's like when you understand that you don't need affirmation. When you understand the absolute things of things, you become liberated because now you can't. When you quit trying to grab on to reasons and excuses and accessibilities and probabilities and all this, when you just understand what is, like this is fact.
Yeah.
You breathe air. You can't breathe in water. You know,
Yeah.
what I mean? When you understand these things, you know, like if you learn that you can't breathe underwater, you're not scared of water. You just know, don't try to breathe in that thing. You
Right.
become liberated because now you know the parameters.
Right.
You have something to work around, right?
Mhm.
And it's the same thing with the Second Amendment. When you learn that what it's for, you learn that it's nothing to be scared of. You should be liberated about. The Second Amendment is finite, man. It's I personally think criminals should have their guns back
Yeah.
because it doesn't say.
Yeah. Side note: I think that felons should. I don't think that there should be felons. I think if you paid your dues to society,
That's it. It's done.
I think it's done.
Now I will say that with the strict letter of the law, like in some states you can, like Florida, you can vote, right? But you have to pay all your restitutions, all of these things, court fees, all this stuff. So technically speaking, you haven't served your debt to society because you haven't paid the money. But I don't understand how you can tax this dude. I don't understand why you have the Third Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the Sixth Amendment, Seventh Amendment, First Amendment. You just don't have the second one.
Yeah.
And I find that odd, you know, especially because it's the only amendment that says shall not be infringed upon. The First Amendment don't even say that,
Yeah.
you know? So when you understand that there's nothing scary, there's people that I don't think should have guns either. But if I want to not have my liberties taken from me, I have to be willing to not take it from someone else.
Yeah.
And when you get that baseline there, it becomes less of an emotional triggering thing. It becomes just like not breathing underwater.
Yeah.
The reality is, man, is guns is a great equalizer. It's weird to me how women are so against guns. Because it's the one thing that makes you equal. It doesn't matter how big the dude is, how strong he is, how tall he is. He ain't got shit on you.
Yeah.
You can be 4'9", 100 pounds, and that big giant Sasquatch piece of shit better keep stepping.
Yeah, I remember the analogy that you used earlier today is that you can have a 110-pound woman walking down Skid Row in her bra and underwear.
Yeah, you can.
And with a gun, and
Nobody's gonna do
nobody's
a
gonna
thing.
nobody's gonna fuck with her. Because,
You can be a 110-pound hottie, walk down Skid Row in just your fucking panties and a rifle, and nobody will fuck with you.
Yeah.
I promise you that.
Yeah.
So why women are not proponents of fucking guns, I will never understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would love to have every woman to have a gun because
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
A gun isn't to hurt people. A gun is to keep people from hurting you.
Yeah.
It is your security.
Yeah. That being
Yeah.
foreign or domestic.
Foreign or domestic or just some whacked out, methed out fucking crackhead on Skid Row.
Yeah.
Because I'm willing to prove this, dude. I will hire the hottest bitch in the fucking world to walk down Skid Row in her fucking panties with a fucking pistol in her hand. I guarantee you nobody fucks with her.
Yeah.
Guarantee it. Just walk down with it in your hand. I guarantee you everybody probably back the fuck up and give you some room too. You might have to nudge those people that are just bent over.
Fent walking.
Fent walking. Might have to nudge them out of the way because they don't even know you're standing
they don't even know you're standing there.
But they ain't gonna fuck with you anyway. Yeah, gun is a great thing to have, man. And yeah, man, it's people use it for bad shit. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna deny that one bit, but that's not why the gun's there, man. It's there to equalize things.
Well, it's just like they banned guns in the UK, but there's still not stabbings.
Yeah, now there's zombie knives.
Yeah. Fucking God.
I can tell you one thing that's way more powerful. That's legit what they call them, zombie knives. And if you pull up a picture of the zombie, pull up a picture of zombie knives in England, dude. It's like some fucking stegosaurus. Like, realistically, who the fuck is walking around with this thing, dude? It's like a LARPer's wet dream, dude.
Yeah, in the UK, here, hold on, let me switch.
It's the most dumbest shit ever.
Let me switch this.
It's the England's AR-15. That's what a zombie knife is.
All right, so this is AI overview, so take it with a grain of salt. In the UK, zombie-style knives are illegal to own, make, sell, and transport as of September 2024. So yeah, they know what is a zombie knife. A zombie-style knife.
Dude, Google
blade over 8 inches. All right, let's look at images.
Dude, there's this some avatar ass shit, dude. Glow in the dark candles.
This is some LARPing shit, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
there's definitely spam. Look at that dude fucking holding it right there.
Yeah.
That's like that FBI guy that was holding up the
ghost gun.
Yeah, the ghost gun.
Yeah.
That's that fuck. That's
this
the England's
ghost
fuck,
gun.
dude. Yeah, that's a ghost knife.
But he's saying this is a zombie knife.
Zombie knife.
Oh my God,
God, keep these at the hands of the youth.
Yeah, this is fucking joking people, bro.
People, man.
Yeah.
That's England's AR-15.
Yeah, that's the ghost gun. Is a zombie knife.
Fucking retards, man.
Yeah.
But once you accept that that a Second Amendment is just as important as your First Amendment, and it's just as important as your Third, Fourth, and Fifth. It's just once you let go of it. There's people I don't think they should have guns, but once I let go, that who the fuck am I?
Yeah.
Why is it that I'm able to protect myself because I'm not committed a felony, but yet somebody that committed a felony when he was 18 years old and now is 38?
Yeah, but it might not even be a violent crime. It could be he didn't file his taxes right.
Maybe he was in college.
Well, like Trump is actually a perfect example for this because supposedly the reason why he's a felon is because of some stupid miswrites on his taxes bullshit.
People be surprised
that's why he became a felon.
The vast majority of people in prison are in there for two things: drug violations and weapons crimes. Weapons crimes, not using the weapon, but having the weapon in the commission of a felony.
Right.
So if you're selling a felony amount of drugs with the firearm, that's illegal as fuck.
Yeah.
But tell me a better time to carry a gun than selling illegal or narcotics. Like people will kill you for your drugs.
Yeah.
So there's no better time to carry a gun than buying and selling shit on the fucking Walmart parking lot, dude. This is no better time. You know?
Yeah, because if you're trying to sell drugs to a fent walker and that's all they can think about is fent walking, man, it's like ambition is a motherfucker if they see that you don't have a gun.
Yeah.
You know?
Then take somebody that got in trouble while they were young. They spent quite a few years in prison. They go back to their neighborhood they grew up in because that's all the fuck they know because they went to jail when they were 16 years old.
Yeah.
These people are going into the same environment that put them in there in the first fucking place.
Right.
You don't think people are trying to harm his family? You think his neighborhood, since he's come out of prison, his house is the only one off limits? That dude's no longer allowed to protect his home, his wife, his girlfriend, his children, anything like that.
Yeah, where do you think he's going to step off to when he gets out of prison?
Yeah, sure. Like there are people that get out of jail and all right, I'm going to go rob another bank. There are those people, but they could do that with a note. You know what I mean? They can beat the shit out of somebody and take their car. I didn't know carjackings was a thing. Still, we don't have that problem in Florida.
No,
I did not know that carjacking was a thing. It'd be dangerous to go hop in somebody's car here in Florida, dude. I wouldn't do that. That'd be stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. You probably got good chances if you robbed a good woman's car or something because they don't believe in guns for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
Even though they can't do jack dick about nothing if somebody wanted to fuck them up.
Yeah.
You know, you've got some badass bitches that can do jujitsu, but good luck on choking somebody out while they're ripping you out of the fucking car by your hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But shit might apply in a ring, but in the real world, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it was a girl carjacker, you might.
Is there anything else that you would like to sum up? Because I think I've pretty much covered all my bases. I could probably go into a lot more detail and maybe even
I would say
circle
let it
back on
fucking
some-
go. Let
Yeah.
all this shit fucking go. Let the First Amendment thing go. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
There are people, me included, that is willing to die for that fucking document.
Mm.
Because without that document, you're going to be one of these weird fucking talking people about zombie knives. Or you're going to have some weird Chaz shit. You know what I mean? The Constitution is staying, and I am willing to die for it.
Mm.
And so does everybody I know.
Yeah.
It's a losing argument. Just fucking stop. You guys are getting pent up for something you are not going to change.
Yeah.
And I don't think you would like the society that you're going to get if you did change it.
Yeah.
Because this is the only country in the fucking world with that First Amendment right.
Mm-hmm.
And
everywhere else, it's actually a privilege that can be taken away at
any point in time, dude. And notice none of you guys that want the First Amendment gone are leaving to go to those places.
Yeah.
You know?
And when they do, they didn't realize how much worse off they are.
Policing speech sounds great until it's the speech you want.
Yeah. Yeah, this
So-
would be a synopsis that I would like to say is that freedom of speech unless is a contradiction.
Any unless is a contradiction. There's no, but you know, if you broke the law, I don't really think you should be able to defend yourself against us ever again. You know what I mean? I'm good, man. And there's obvious laws about taxation without representation. Just fucking stop it with the fucking regulations of the constitutional rights. There's no fucking reason for it. Just fucking stop. Relax. Enjoy this fucking world. You're only here once.
Yeah.
And stop fucking around because I hate for you to find out.
The word of the day is freedom. Because that was the word that was on Charlie Kirk's shirt the day that he died. And verbatim in the Oxford languages, it means the power or right to act, speak, or think as one wants without hindrance or restraint.
You're here, man.
And to have the freedom of speech, you can't say unless, because it's police speech after that.
And if there's somebody watching this wondering who turned your children and why they don't do it, go in your bathroom, shut the door, and look at yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's you, man.
It really is.
You have more impact than any fuck ever did, but you ruined it.